Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for another Sims 4 CAS Speed Build. This is a creative sim for a brand new series. So if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Just do all the things. Let me give my normal disclaimer. I do not edit my voiceover when I do CAS creations or speed builds, so please forgive my stumbling, bumbling, ahs, and this time any coughing or sniffling because I am under the weather. But let's get into it, guys. I am building twins today, and I put a poll out a few days ago, or by the time you see this video, I don't know how long ago, but I put a poll out to ask you what should be the name of my new series. Well, I did get the votes back, and the votes were for the name Twin Flames. It was a very narrow win. Some of you all like Soul Ties, but you know what? Twin Flames works perfectly. So, first, I am building twin number one. His name is Skyrenn Holiday. So, yes, Skyrenn Holiday, a little bit of a different name, but I want you to learn about them a little bit, and I want to talk about them as Sims, as the men they are, because I don't want to give you too much into the storyline. I don't script my stories, but I definitely have a plan for the initial plot of the story. And I want to do a trailer, I think. I haven't done a trailer in a while for a series, so you'll see that there. But anyway, Skyrim is kind of different. And basically, I was looking for names because the twins will be called Sky and Storm. So we're going to have Skyrim, and the second twin will be Stormy. They are identical twins, guys. So you can see the sim that I started with. You can see how far we have already come from them. And we are not all the way where we're going to be. I really just wanted to put an afro texture hair on him so that I could kind of get his eyes and nose and mouth the way I wanted it to be, even his ears. And then I knew I would come back and pick a final hair. So I always spend the most time on the hair, but I think I didn't take as long as I could have. Now, it took me about an hour and 25 minutes to make both twins, and that is because these twins are identical in a lot of ways, not just looks. Sometimes their styles collide. They are subtle differences, but their biggest differences are going to be in their personalities, guys. And so, with Skyrim that you have here, Skyrim is family oriented. You know, he wants the wife, the kids. He doesn't know if he wants like a picket fence, but he wants something to put them in, okay? He wants a family to take care of. He wants to be a faithful companion, a steady parent that's there for his children, a steady spouse that's there for his wife. You know, he wants to be all of the things he can be. And I can see that he looks good with a lot of different hairs, but even when I tried the straight hair textures, I'm like, no, he's got to be afro textured. But guys, yeah, he's some sexy chocolate, some sexual chocolate, folks, that's coming to America, guys. But anyway, he is looking great. And so him and his brother, Stormy, are super close. These are not distant twins. They even can kind of feel each other when something's wrong. They do have their twin intuition that every twin doesn't have, right? But they have a close family dynamic. They grew up with their mother and their father, who you will be meeting. They are still alive and living well. Now, the twins live separately. Their parents live in Oasis Springs, whereas Stormy, the brother we haven't made yet, he has just moved and he's thinking about moving again. But the brother you see here, Skyren, actually lives in a Darien. He found a very tiny house and it's like a rundown area with lots of weeds and, natural occurrences. And that's where he lives. Now, we're going to come back in. What I did when I'm building multiple characters, I'll take them out, and what you saw was me saving them because you can't save while you're in CAS. Then I'll come back and style them. So you see me styling him now or trying to It always takes me some time. I think this brown outfit looks great. And actually, browns, tans, and greens look really good on the brothers. But anyway, he's been living in Darien. He found this house. So yeah, it's lots of woods, and the house is a fixer upper. And he's just trying to figure out what is going to be the best for his career right now. He is on the soulmate aspiration, by the way, and he does love the outdoors. So even his little house that's got like fishing and ponds right there on the lot, it fits him and it's good for him. So he's been working this job, and the job was actually in like the art field, but he's been thinking of making a big change. And part of that was moving to Darien a year ago. But his change is not going to be drastic. He was like painting and working in the art galleries, where now he is just going to pivot to pottery. He already does pottery, but he's going to do it a little bit more because he's making really good money from that. But he's thinking that maybe he wants to get into a more structured career, something that, his parents have pushed for. The twins' parents pushed for like traditional careers. Now, he's not trying to go out and be like a lawyer or a doctor or something, but he has seen some things that he wouldn't mind doing. We'll get into that when we get into our first episode, though. So, him and his brother grew up thick as thieves, but let's talk about how they're different because we're going to spend the most time building Skyrim. And then at some point, I think when we get to his party outfit, we'll cut from him and jump over to Stormy. But the differences, so Skyren that you see here, Skyren is a love bug. He loves the outdoors and he's family oriented. He wants a soulmate. That is his aspiration. And so being a love bug is not bad. It just means that sometimes he can fall in love too hard and too fast. He can, see somebody, tell himself that he's not going to fall like that, and he still will. Now, what you saw me do is randomize a twin for my sim. I will link a short to show you how to do that since I did speed through this. And that way, if you never randomized a twin, you'll know how to do it. Okay, so look at that link. Look for that link at the end of the video. Now, Stormy is different. Stormy is actually the youngest twin. He is actually more romantically reserved. It doesn't mean that he's afraid of romance. It just means that it takes him longer to warm up to the idea of being with somebody, being in love with somebody. But he does want a lifelong partnership. He wants that. They both are interested in women only. They are not exploring. They're not easily jealous either. Of course, if there's physical contact, there might be a problem, but just flirting and stuff, they're not jealous types. They have those things in common. However, with Skyrim, the first twin, yeah, he can easily fall in love. And so, what he's been doing lately is just kind of avoiding dating as he gets into his career more. And then he's going to go back to look for his soulmate. Ideally, he hopes it works out like that. Whereas Stormy, right here, Stormy is more reserved, so he's always kind of actively looking for someone to love, but it just takes him longer to trust people. There's been times where he missed out on really good women because he was moving so slow. And even if they try to talk to him about it, it's just like he's got to move in this slow time frame. It's got to be paced and well thought out. And even once he meets a woman and he's like, oh, she's great, then what does he have to do, guys? He has to sit and think longer and longer. This is before he even says, hey, can we do another day? Or will you be my girlfriend? Or asking them out even on regular days. So this is how he gets tripped up. Now, that said, he is also outgoing in other ways. Like if it just comes to regular platonic friendships, then yeah, he can be outgoing as he needs to be. Now, you may be wondering, You've got twins, KT. How are they going to play into this series? I can't tell you yet, but what I will tell you is that Twin Flames will feature the star of the series, and that is going to be Kaylee. She was Yamila's oldest daughter from The Secrets Between Us. This series is replacing that series, and Kylie, I'm sorry, is getting her own spinoff, and this is it. So to know how they play into her story, you'll just have to find out. But guys, I recently got the what's it called? The Interlon kit. It's a kit that came out a while back. It had a lot of men's clothes. Like this outfit is from it, or the top is. There are so many outfits in that kit that I like. So thank you all in my live chats for telling me go back and get that kit, KT. You'll love it. I absolutely do love it. I thought some of the clothes looked weird in the cast pictures, and they look amazing in person. I also used a lot of clothes from the Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy for these guys. Again, they have some similar threads. You notice they both have locks. Now, sometimes they swap up how they wear them, but you can see that it's hard to tell them apart. Now, one other thing I want to mention about Stormy here, he does have a birthmark on his right hip. So, if they were in swimsuits or underwear or naked, you would be able to tell them apart. Outside of that, if you don't really know them and really know their personalities, then it may be hard. Now, their parents always could tell them apart, and so it never was a problem. And they never really switched places anyway, not even in school. They're both smart, they both got good grades. So, yeah, I can't wait for you all to see them in Twin Flames. Let me know what you think of the twins. Tell me what you think of how they look. And until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.